Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM22 One Club story from Hemel Hempstead Town with me, Daniel. It's part 131 of the Tudor Times today, and don't be deceived by things looking rosy on the home screen. Today is absolutely essential. We play at home to Valencia with a deficit in the Champions League last 16 before a big Premier League game away at relegation scrapping Fulham. We picked up a little bit of a lead in the title race, but as the title says, as soon as we lost Ricker due to a massive transfer offer in January, we then got loads of injuries up front. We've got a few more in other positions now, so if you're looking forward to seeing if we can cling on and the chaos that's basically been in the club the last month, then please do put a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe down below for daily FM22 content from two long-term stories. Possibly my most dramatic ever episode, yesterday's Helsingborg one. You can find it up in the eye above, as well as the Twitch channel, football podcast and merchandise store too. And you can support the show as a channel member by clicking the join button down below. But let's go and get straight into it. There is so much action here. You were with me on deadline day as we let Mario Ricker leave for £175 million. Within a week of that happening, both Danny Harrison and Tyrese Ricketts got injured for multiple weeks, and we have been working around it as best as possible. Now, the results have largely still been good, but we have had to sacrifice some cup games, and we are possibly going to finish without a trophy this year because it looks lovely. We're top by 7 points. United are faltering ridiculously. But every league game since you were last here was against a side placed 10th or lower. In the last 8 games, after the one in this episode, we play 5 of the top 7 behind us. So this is where it gets really crucial. Our bad spell may be about to come. We're without a goalkeeper. We're without a star striker again. This is getting really, really tricky. And I do worry that the sale still may cost us. Let's have a look at the schedule though for what's been happening since you were last with me. You can basically see where the problems are. You were with me for the disappointing draw against City. We bounced back in style against Brentford. Ricketts and Torres both scored. At that point, I was thinking, maybe this sale wasn't so bad. Carlos Martin and Moreira getting one each too. The problem started within the next week because before this Liverpool game, we lost Harrison. We lost Ricketts. And as a result, we had to make a tactical tweak which lasted a few weeks. Mailton went up front alongside Torres with Martin in behind, and Jason Dorner almost became the hero off the bench. He put us 3-2 up in the 79th minute after Torres and Moreira had scored second half goals. We came back from behind twice, but in the 92nd minute his dreams were crushed because that man, Jason Dorner, he could have been the hero, but in the end it wasn't quite to be. After that though, we bounced back with a big win at West Ham. Mailton and Arlant with first half goals. Dorner again off the bench as Mailton was playing up front with Torres. A 1-0 defeat though away in Valencia. More injuries this time to Danilo Jose and Harrison, who came back from injury off the bench in that game. He wasn't really fit, but I was using him as a sub anyway. But it was a poor performance, and when Jason Dorner is starting in a last 16 Champions League game, you probably know you've got a few issues, certainly in terms of squad depth. We then lost the replay against Liverpool, this time in the 94th minute after Carlos Martin had scored a second half goal. I've got to be fair, it wasn't against the run of play. Josh Hayes, as you can see from the rating, was absolutely stunning. And the reason he was in is because John Moore broke his arm and has been out ever since. Despite that, we've had 3 back-to-back clean sheets. First up against Leicester, where Jason Dorner got another goal off the bench. Martin Mailton, who continued up front, and Carlos Torres got the goals in that one. We then got a 3-0 win away at Leeds. Chauvin, Harrison, who was back for the first time, and Torres got the goals in that one. Tyrese Ricketts made his return from injury too. As you can see, it didn't last long. He then played against Stoke at home, came off with an injury again, and will miss today's game in the Champions League, as well as the next few as well. So Mailton and Coronel, the heroes there. Alas, we lost a striker again. Harrison is still fit though, so at least we've got 2 strikers for this one. Good to see Mailton back in form. Going up front actually helped him a bit. But let's go and head into the first of today's 2 games, because this is decisive. If we go out the Champions League, we've arguably got a better chance at winning the Premier League, but you don't want to go out of Europe's Premier competition. 1-0 down against Valencia, it should have been more, but it's only 1. And we've got an opportunity. With 2 strikers actually fit at first team level today, we can really get on top and put them to the sword. Let's get through to the team selection. We'll make the changes that are recommended by the assistant quickly. Let's see how close it is to our 11, because there is controversy in the lineup. Zaruk, the summer signing, and Ignacio Jura, who's now going from strength to strength, are officially our best two centre-halves. Now, Jura has come on leaps and bounds. He's starting to look properly world-class. Zaruk, the summer signing, I know he's had a bit of criticism in the comments, but he is improving. He's becoming a very good player. It's whether he's ready to be trusted regularly yet. And Jack Hanifan, slipping behind, but the most important man at the club. We know that. He's got that ability to stop people being unhappy, to keep everyone on board when we need it. And as a result, I'm going to play Hanifan and Jura today. I'm going to go as strong as possible. In terms of form this season overall, they have been the best two. Zaruk, though, will get plenty of football. Don't you worry about that. Interestingly, we're being told not to play Arthur Ndu, but instead to go for De Vita and Arlan. I'm not going to do that. Arlan and Ndu will play. He always turns up in the big games, Arthur Ndu, and I want to keep his value as high as possible ahead of the summer, where he's almost inevitably going to go. Mailton's in for Carlos Martin. No idea what that's about. And then up front, Torres and Harrison. Harrison's still not fully fit. 45 minutes recommended. If we can get an hour, I'd probably be quite happy. Looking at the bench, they've put a greyed out keeper there. No idea why. We're going to replace him with Shane Leacock. But it's not the strongest squad. And you can see the depth problems that we're having. Coronel's out injured, though he has ended his unhappiness. And missing Mario Rica has just become crucial. Because of course, the game punishes you by giving you injuries in that position. Backup keeper, backup strikers. What can possibly go wrong? Let's go into the second leg, trailing against Valencia, and find out if we can turn it around. Well, it's 5 changes from the weekend as we continue to rotate our squad. I'm sure the same will happen again 3 days later. But it's a pretty strong side for Valencia. Experienced Yunus Musa is without doubt their star. There's some greyed out players. There's a couple of real ones who are good. Mateo Lopez up front looked a threat in the first leg. But otherwise, it's evenly matched sides. And if we can do our best, if we can be ruthless in front of goal, we've got a chance of getting through. Now, at the start of the season, we said Danny Harrison might not be good enough to be a 4th choice. He's now 3rd choice. With injuries, he's 1st choice. And we need him to deliver today. He did against Atletico Madrid earlier in the season in the group stages. Let's see if he can become a Champions League star as Torres is in from the kickoff. Almost our quickest ever goal. 13 seconds, it's behind for a corner. It was just passed through the middle, and there was absolutely no one closing down. Mailton takes the corner to the back post, is headed away well. But that was a really early warning sign for Valencia. 1-0 down on aggregate, we've got to push forward. And I know it's going to leave gaps at the back, but hopefully we can create enough chances to cause a threat as Hanifan finds Jura in the centre circle. There's no one behind them if they lose it, but he releases Mailton. Harrison finds Torres. Harrison again, through to Mailton. Was he onside? Doesn't matter. Spoons his chance wide of the post. Doesn't get enough whip on it. 2 minutes gone. We've had 2 big chances already. And we're back again with an attack down the left-hand side. Delgado with a throw-in. Plays a 1-2 and then finds Moreira. Up to Arthur Ndu. And back to Hanifan on the halfway line. Just thinking, what if we got through and faced Bayern Munich up against Mario Rica? It could well happen. I'm imagining they're still in this. Flying tackle there from Valencia, but it's evaded by Chauvin, and Hanifan gets it into Mailton. He's coming back into form, and we need magic today as Moreira finds Torres. Shoots from the edge and hits the woodwork. Must have been offside anyway. And we're going straight from the free kick as Ceballos goes long downfield. Jura heads away to Torres. We've started lightning quick here. But we've got to get the goal while we're on top, or we'll end up regretting it, as we have so many times. Hanifan comes over halfway, though. Got options in behind. Goes down the right wing. Chips into Mailton. Brilliant play. That's a wonderful save from Ceballos. Somehow keeps it out at close range. He's out for a throw-in. 12 gone. How have we not scored? We'll throw on the left-hand side. 20 on the clock, and we're on the front foot again. Arlan puts one into Ndu. Just over the bar. Another half chance. Another bit of territory. But we cannot make it count. 10 chances. 1 expected goal. Over 60% of the ball. But no goals to show for it. And at the moment, we're crashing out still. And it's a corner kick for Valencia. Do not you dare let it be a smash and grab. Headed away as far as Torres. The nerves are kicking in. I'm sure the sentences will be all over the place. We had enough drama yesterday with Helsingborg. I can't be doing it again here. As Jura comes over halfway. Down the left-hand side to Delgado. To Moreira. In possession finds Mailton and Torres. He's got 2 running off him, but it's forced backwards to Mailton. Man over on the right, and Du is there. Finds Torres. Through to Moreira. He skied another one. You've got to hit the target one-on-one. He panicked, he slashed at it, and it is miles over the bar. Half time, 0-0 on the night. I've no idea how. We've been brilliant, but we haven't got a goal to show for it. We're going to ask the lads to prove a point. We're going to go more attacking soon, but I haven't even got an attacking hero to get us a goal off the bench. An hour gone. I feel I've got to do something. Harrison's not playing that well. Mailton will go up front. Carlos Martin comes on as the number 10. I'm going to take Arthur and Do off, and it's going to be a chance to shine for the youngster, the wonder kid Louise. And we'll save the last 15 minutes, but if the worst comes to worst and we still haven't scored, I'm probably going to have to throw Dolner on. Get a striker who can score goals. Did it in the FA Cup, almost got us through. One tonight, he could become an absolute legend. He might even get a statue if he does well enough. As Martin picks it up in the number 10 role to Louise. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. We've had over 20 shots. The expected goal's over 2 now. But still, it's 0-0. As Martin's put in, we've finally got the goal. Mailton up front drops into that number 10 role almost. Martin runs in behind. It's 1-1 on aggregate. It's about bloody time. We've finally got the opportunity. We need one more to get through, but at least it's a start. It relieves some of the pressure. Now what can we do to come out on top? Because Mailton up front is knackered. I don't know if we can take him off. How do we risk it in this situation? I've got to. Jason Dolner is coming on. What a chance to be a hero. Champions League last 16. He's featured in both ties. He's got nothing to show for it though, as we're into 4 minutes of stoppage time. It's left back Delgado with a throw. Finds Moreira and then Luis. Arlan in the holding role. Ref trying to block his passing lane for some reason. Into Hanifan. Big pump forward towards Dolner. Loses out in the air, but it falls for Luis. In towards Martin. He's over the top. Oh, he's hit the woodwork. That was the chance. We go into extra time. I can't handle this 2 days in a row. It happened with Helsingborg yesterday. It's happening here today. This is absolute carnage. The expected goal's almost 3. I think you might say we're missing the cutting edge of the injured Ricketts and the sold Mario Ricker. Do we get an extra sub, and what can we do with it? I've got to take Chauvin off, I think, because he's really struggling at right back. Although Arlan's on a yellow. Let's take Arlan off. No risk of a red card. De Vitter's on. Doesn't make us any weaker. Into extra time. Please let the dominance count. 5 minutes of extra time to go. Jason Dolner really struggling at this level. And we're going to go to penalties. And I don't know that we've got many good penalty takers left. German Moreira's there. Torres is in there. He's going to have to take one, but I'm not sure about this. Back in a moment for the first kick. Drama all the way to the wire. Well, for the second day in a row on the channel, here we go. Valencia up first for penalty kicks. Not even got our first choice keeper, so Josh Hayes has got a chance to be a hero, but he gets nowhere near the first one. Moreira, the key man for us, needs to score right at the keeper's bottom right. It was feeble, it didn't have enough power on it, and it was easy enough to be saved. Ferris steps up for Valencia. Right-footed, into the corner-ish. Hayes probably should have got there, having gone the right way. And if Luis doesn't score here, it's basically over already. The wonder kid, the Brazilian, the superstar, into the bottom corner. 2-1, with half the deficit, but Valencia still have the advantage as Hugo steps up into the corner. Keeper doesn't move. I don't see him saving one, to be honest, and I don't trust us to score all 3 of these. Rodrigo de Vita, another defensive youngster stepping up next. Right-footed, into the top corner. Great pen. And it might be German Moreira who costs us, as the vastly experienced skipper Musa steps up. Right-footed. Come on, Josh Hayes. Oh, he can't get there. It's gone the right way again. But it's right in the corner. Top-class penalty. Now, all 3 of these have to go our way. We have to score both, and we have to save. And first up is Carlos Torres, the star striker. Not the best penalty taker. He's got to deliver the goods. He's going to step up right-footed. The Valencia keeper dancing around. Must score. Does score. Into the top corner. Not the most powerful penalty, but very well placed. Now comes the bigger problem. Lopez stepping up for Valencia, and it cannot go in. If it does, we go out of the Champions League at the last 16 stage, despite one of the best performances we've ever had. We've missed the cutting edge of Rickert. We've missed his penalty-taking ability. And it's cost us a place in the last 8. Josh Hayes gets nowhere near any of them. Valencia win on penalties. Despite us having 29 shots, we only managed to score 1. That's what happens when you lose both of your first choice strikers from the group stage. Let's get through the dressing room. Time to regroup and get focused on Fulham in 3 days' time. After 120 minutes, that's probably going to be tricky. Fitness test time and bigger problems ahead. Just as Ricketts is coming back to fitness next week, he's then going on international duty for Jamaica under 23s. Firstly, why is he not in Jamaica's first team? Secondly, why are all these under 23 tournaments randomly in the middle of a Premier League season suddenly? I have no idea what's going on. Fulham away is a must-win game today for more reason than one. We've mentioned the run-in that we've got after this. 5 of our last 8 games against the 7 sides directly below us. But we've also got problems here. United won 1-0 at home to Sheffield United today. Not vintage, but they did the job. And that's putting pressure on us. The gap just 4 points. The goal difference closing. If we lose this, it's going to be one hell of a run-in. Don't forget, they've still got to play us yet too. So let's go through to the fixtures. We've also got the added problem now of having played 120 minutes less than 3 days ago, or less than 72 hours ago. And that is going to give us some big headaches for team selection today. Still got injuries, still got missing players. Let's see what side we can cobble together. Right then, a mix of changes and calculated gambles, because we haven't got a game for 6 days after this, so I'm resting some, but not all. Dura is the most unfit. He drops out of the squad entirely. Moreira and Chauvin drop to the bench because basically we've got better backups there. So in come Danilo Jose at right back, Ahmed Zarouk at centre half, Miguel Coronel in centre midfield. Harrison no longer got the burden of 45 minutes, but we still need to be careful with him. And obviously we're a little bit more limited on the bench than we were before. But it's still a strong side. Just a few changes. I was expecting more. But we know Hannafan and Delgado are struggling physically. I'm sure there'll be others as the game goes on. Let's head into the game away at Fulham now. A really important one in the title race. It's our only chance at a trophy. It's the only competition we're left in. Can we do something special? Or are we going to live to regret that Super Cup defeat at the start of the season? Well, it's Phil Neville's Fulham, who themselves have never really replaced Tyrese Ricketts. They've got Sonny Perkins as a bit more of an experienced man in there. The same for Coop Miners as well. But otherwise, it's a fairly young side. It's a struggling side. And we're both scrapping for points for very different reasons. The 5:30 kickoff helps us slightly, but let's be honest, this could go very wrong because European hangovers have been experienced here on the channel before. Let's get through the tunnel interview into the first half. Please just let us take some chances and have a comfortable night. That's all I want. Well, first minute of the game and Delgado has got a throw on the left-hand side. I'm sure we'll probably go and take 6 chances today after all the missed ones last week as Ndu heads wide of the post with a first chance. 1 minute gone on the front foot, but as we saw on Wednesday, that can mean nothing. Bit of a concern after 25 minutes that Fulham are level on the stats. Our expected goals is lower and our best player is our goalkeeper. So I've gone a bit more positive. I'm encouraging the lads, but the confidence seems to be on the floor after midweek. We need half time. I need to make changes. Look at the fitness. Ndu's picked up an injury. Oh, this is going wrong. This is the week our season could fall away. They always talked about March, didn't they? I remember it with Arsenal back in the day, and the same seems to be happening here. Danny Harrison having another poor one. Do you know what? Let's go bold. Arthur Ndu off for De Vita. Arlan into midfield. Harrison off. Mailton up front. Carlos Martin in behind. That got us our 1 goal in midweek. At the moment, we only need 1 tonight. Fingers crossed we can find it. And as much as I want to make another attacking change, I think the last sub might be injury forced as well, or fatigue enforced at least, because Hannafan and Delgado, the 2 that were tired pre-match, are struggling. Could get even worse. Fulham playing an intricate ball through there, almost finds its way in. Danilo Jose intercepts, but Fulham are on the front foot, as Gittins on the left-hand side. Back to Morocco, the left-back. Inside to William Arthur, our goal threat is drying up. And this is just because Tyrese Ricketts has got injured again. It's as simple as that. We've got a really heavy match load for Torres, which we can't do anything about. But Ricketts is the man we rely on, and he's not fit, and it's costing us as Coop Miners gets Morocco in. 4 in the box for Fulham. They're trying to win, get out the relegation zone. Delgado heads away at the back stick, though. What on earth do I do from here? Ball into the box. It's got even worse. We're 1-0 down. That was pretty easy. We're going to have to go attacking. I'm going to have to prioritise the change at left back, I think, because we need someone flying down the wing. He's nervous. Peebles will come on. Please, get us an equaliser. At the moment, that would be a good result. As we're back with a throw-in deep in our own half. Hannafan playing a 1-2 with Jose. About a quarter of the game to go. We've gone attacking. We've tried to encourage the boys, but the confidence is shot to bits. And that is what midweek has done to us, as Coronel finds Mailton. Who wants to be a hero? Torres challenge. It falls for Coronel. Why is he passed? He had a free run through on goal. If ever something exemplified a lack of confidence, it's that. As Zaruk heads away the clearance. De Vita finds Hannafan and Arlan. To Martin. Over the top to Mailton. He's in. Has to score. Lays in Torres. It's blocked. Mailton back to De Vita. Blocked again. And up into the arms of the keeper. We're playing some wonderful stuff. But I don't know where the goal's coming from. We are missing Rickett and Ricketts so much. What a time to get all the injuries up front, honestly. As Arlan picks the ball up to Coronel. The game does like to punish us, doesn't it? Gittins brings it away. And again, I know Fulham have had more here, but we have been the better side. And again, lacking the cutting edge in front of goal. Hannafan finds Arlan to Coronel. It's not too late yet. He comes forward into the Fulham half. Finds Mailton on the right. Back to Arlan. To De Vita. Acres of space to play into. Gives it to Coronel. To Arlan. 3 up with him. Shoots himself. That's panicking. He didn't need to do that. Had time to find the pass, but at the moment, I don't see it. We're losing 1-0. We haven't got a goal threat. And despite dominating these matches, we're blowing it at the crucial stage of the season. As Jose comes down the right-hand side, we have to salvage something. Mailton's been released. 2 in the box. Torres, one of them, loses out in the air. Only goes as far as Peebles, the sub. Should be fresh. Delivers a great cross. Headed away as far as Coronel. Back to De Vita. Finds Zaruk. Carries it into the Fulham half with Peebles. Back to Zaruk again. To De Vita. Is there going to be an unlikely hero? Arlan into Martin. Chips the keeper. It was always going to be pushing it from there. The keeper was only 4 or 5 yards out. In the end, it's over the bar. I don't know what else to do. I genuinely don't know what more we can do. We're into stoppage time. 3 minutes of it. We're ultra attacking. We're pushing forward. We've had double the shots. Double the on targets. Nearly 2 expected goals. And in this episode, our expected goals total was 5. And we've scored 1. That tells you everything. Yes, we made £175 million. And I guess you couldn't have foreseen the injury since, but Harrison out of shape and out of form. Dolnut just not good enough. Mailton not a striker. Torres simply overworked. And Ricketts injured at the worst time of the year. We fall to defeat away at Fulham. And I start to fear we're going to finish this season empty-handed. Let's have a look at the Ndu injury and when we're going to be back. Fingers crossed there's some light at the end of the tunnel. It's not good. 4 to 5 weeks. Arthur Ndu is going to miss some games as well. Fitness concerns for Mailton and Hannafan. We're missing Ricketts next weekend, even when he's back to fitness. Let's have a look at the schedule. We are going to be back, I think, for an unprecedented triple header. We haven't done that, I think, since very early on in the head coach this year, but we are going to come back for Manchester United, Liverpool and Spurs, the big final 3 in the Premier League. Spurs have disappointed and dropped to 7th, but they've just changed manager. Liverpool and United, the 2 sides right behind us. It's going to decide the title unless there's a catastrophic drop-off from someone in between now and then. But we've got nothing else to play for. We have to win it, or this season finishes with disappointment. If you did enjoy the episode, heartbreak twice in a row, despite utter dominance in both games, then please do put a thumbs up on the video. Let me know in the comments, is FM just punishing me? Selling Rickett and then giving me injuries to virtually every other striker? Should I have expected it? Or am I just unlucky? Let me know down in the comments. If you want to stay up to date and find out if we can salvage the title despite it all slipping away, then subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on for daily FM22 content. We've got a big finish to the Helsingborg save, which is back tomorrow, but we'll never beat the drama of yesterday's episode. That one is up in the eye above. There's also links there to the Twitch channel, the football podcast and the merchandise store too. But I'll see you back here in a couple of days' time for a triple header to finish the Premier League season. Will we be able to cling on to the title, or are we destined to fall away? I'll see you there to find out.